Welcome to the Business Behind the Scene podcast with Francesca Moi, where we talk all about real business problems, real solutions, and getting actual results in your business. Hello everybody. Welcome to this bonus episode. I was chatting with a friend of mine the other day about specifically Facebook ads and the magic of understanding people marketing, because it's like just a taboo sometimes, so we don't know what to do. And in this call, me and Megan go through how genius she is about marketing. So this is a marketing podcast. If you are wondering how to understand your clients, you got to listen to this podcast. It's going to be amazing. Enjoy. Here we go. Hello. Welcome everybody to Workshop Secret for Coaches and Experts. In a minute, I'm going to introduce you our speaker for the day. You guys only see me at the moment and you think like, oh, Francesca is alone today. I'm not. So I wanted to remind you guys at the moment, and you think like, oh, every time I do that, I start talking twice. Okay, I wanted to remind you all that we do these classes every week to show you what is possible for your business, what we can create for yourself, and the things that sometimes nobody tells us what you can do in your business, what is a missing link, what's something that you never thought about, and it usually is about marketing and operations and things like that. So today I have a dear friend of mine, which also is a client, and I'm also a client of hers. So I love doing stuff like that. And a lot of people separate business and personal, and I just don't do that, because if I trust someone as to be my friend, I also want to work with them, and we're very amazing at it, because we're very honest with each other and we help each other so much in business, which I love. So let me introduce you the one and only Megan Winter from Loom Marketing. Hi, Megan.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I just had to rush home because I'm at home with the kids today. They're a little bit unpredictable with all the germs that they have, and so yes, we've been rushing around with appointments, and I'm now in my kitchen while they're watching TV. So
I love it.
Well,
thank you. So don't worry if we get distracted, it's all good. This is what it is, being a mom and being in business,
exactly.
Right?
That's right. Yeah. It's all part of the game. The price
exactly right. So Megan, do you want to explain to everybody, you've been in business for quite some time, so do you want to share your journey of your business first and foremost? I think the people find it always very fascinating, and they always learn something through a story anyway. So let's start from there.
Yeah, sure. So I've been in business for myself for about 11 years or so now. I started off in marketing. My career just kind of, I guess, took me to a point where I ended up in marketing. It's not something that I ever really wanted to or thought about even. I didn't even know that it was like an option. I went to a very kind of small country town high school, and the options were kind of go be a vet or a nurse or a teacher. And so I actually went to I went to university and studied occupational therapy. I
didn't know that about you. That's a fun fact.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed the kind of communication subjects, and I loved the sort of human psychology behavior subjects. And so, I mean, it's kind of joining the dots backwards. You can see why I do actually love marketing.
And you're very good at that. Like, you're very good at communicating, like helping, like in my business, you're helping me understand how I can communicate in a way that people will understand it. So makes sense.
Yeah. But so I dropped out of uni. Wasn't not for me. But then I got a job in a medical research institute, and one thing led to another, and I ended up in the marketing department there. And then from there went into private enterprise marketing. And then from there I started my own business. So I think I always knew that I always wanted to start my own business. I started my own business when I was like 24, before we had, there was Facebook around. We had like amazing organic results with Facebook back then, but we definitely didn't have the pixel, definitely didn't have Facebook ads. And so when I started my business, we were seeing all these new amazing tools coming through and using them and testing them. And even now, so I've kind of evolved through, even now that I do focus on Facebook and Instagram ads, even though there's all these other tools as well. We're still, constantly testing and measuring everything. I always say that I'm a e-commerce growth specialist, not a Facebook ad specialist. I couldn't care less about Facebook ads. They're just the tool that is working right now.
I love that.
Yeah, so now I specialize in e-commerce, helping online store owners who have a product mainly. That's my kind of niche and my specialty. My magic superpower is to help online store owners grow using marketing, and really just helping them align, get the right messaging, get the right marketing. And then I also have a Facebook ads agency. So
wow.
helping people do their Facebook ads. Yeah. So that's kind of my...
And you have an e-commerce business.
And I also have my own e-commerce store. Yes. So I always think that, you need to practice what you preach. You can't walk the walk, or definitely shouldn't be talking the talk unless you're walking the walk. And so I bought my own e-commerce store last year, and in May. I think the founder of that had an amazing product, but I could just see that the marketing wasn't hitting the nail on the head. And that's so common for a lot of businesses that I see. They have this amazing product, this amazing service to offer the world, but they're just not telling people about it properly. They're not telling people about it in a way that, can help. It shows that they can help them. And so
give me an example. So what's this e-commerce business that you started?
So, the example for me with the e-commerce store was this lady was selling socks, kids' socks, essentially. And so they're socks with a dot on the bottom of them, and the dot is color-coded by size. So I have socks with all orange dots on the bottom of them, and then my son has all dots with green, socks with green dots. My daughter has all purple dots. So we can instantly tell whose socks are whose. And I was actually a customer of hers twice. So I was a repeat customer of the founder of this company. And so the socks themselves are organic cotton, really great product. I knew as a mum how much time it saved us as a household by just having this one little thing like socks. Socks. So random, right? Socks.
Yeah, but it saves you time, right? It saves you a fight.
Yeah,
it saves you
exactly.
Where's your socks?
Yeah,
it's so much easier, right?
Exactly. So the founder of this company, she was thinking that her marketing should have been for the kids. So she spent a lot of time creating these activity sheets and things that were actually targeted at the end user, which is the kids, not the decision maker, which is the parents. And so there's a missing there. And then the other missing was that she was selling socks. She was trying to sell socks. We're not selling socks. We're selling time, sanity, sensory issue, problem solving, all of these things. We're not selling socks.
That's priceless. So this is a tip for any businesses out there, right? We're thinking we're selling a service. We're thinking we're selling a product, but we actually gotta go deeper. And this is exactly what Megan's expertise is so valuable. It's so good to hear Megan talk about marketing. I love it. Her passion and everything else. But listen, you're a mother, you got 2 kids, and you've got 3 businesses. How?
Well, I think I just focus on the 20% of things that gets me the 80% of results. So in my e-commerce business, so I actually had another business which I sold last year, which was an online course teaching other online store owners how to do what we did in the agency, but for themselves. And so within that, there's a linear kind of learning process, or a linear sort of, you do this and you do this and you do this. And that's best practice. So that's great. So for example, you do your organic marketing, you do your email marketing, you do your Facebook ads, you do all these things, all the things. But for me, when I look at it, for my online for the sock business, for example, email's not doing that much for us right now. Yes, it's great to have, and you should be doing it. And anyone who's an email expert will tell me you could increase your sales by 30%. Yes, I get that. But right now, my 20% of my time, if we're spending it on socials and Facebook ads, that's going to get us the 80% of sales. So yeah, we could increase our revenue by maybe 20% by doing all these other activities. So doing collabs and emails and doing everything. I think just because you can do everything, it doesn't mean that you necessarily should do everything at the start. And then as we grow the team, you know, and bring in more VAs and do more kind of, you know, systemization of things, then yeah, sure, we probably will be doing all the things. But it really is just starting off for me, doing the really high impact touch points for my business, for myself. So I find it hard sometimes, especially having a background working in corporate, working in a 9-to-5 job. Sometimes I do find it very hard to not do everything that I should be doing. But I really have just found that by doing the things that are actually high value, high impact. So like a podcast for me is a perfect example. It seems like it shouldn't be something that's like on the top of my list. It seems like I should be, I don't know, doing work, like doing more hard work things. I don't know, like it's just the way that I was taught. But when I do my podcast, my VA has all the content that she needs. She can pull it apart. So that's like, I don't have to do anything for the content now. I have so many people coming to me for our agency. I have so many people coming to me for, Patty, can you please leave her show on?
Hello, darling. And this is what it is, being a mom in business, right?
Yeah.
You got both kids sick, and that's why virtual assistants are a lifesaver for this as well, right?
That's right. Yeah. So, you know, those things that I do where it seems like, oh, this is such an easy thing for me. I can, you know, I sit down and record a podcast in an hour. It's that one high impact activity that then is like, it can be repurposed and reused a lot of times. And my VA can do that for me, but she can't create the podcast. So if I can do that, I don't need to do all the other things. I just do the 20% that I need to do. And so it's progress, not perfect. Like nothing is perfect in the business ever. So like, you know, maybe I could do one business perfectly, but I just feel like, you know, having the e-commerce store really helps me as a sandbox for my clients. And then having the agency helps my mastermind. You know, we can show examples, and then having the mastermind, you know, it all helps. So yeah, I don't know, you just do it.
I love it. You're a superwoman. If you guys are watching this and you really believe that, like I do, that Megan is a superwoman, just say superwoman in the chat. I love it. I love to see other women succeeding in business and be able to fit it all in and do it all and be yourself. Like, you know, Megan has got kids at home today, and it is what it is. We have to change the time. It's fine. We have to do what you got to do to make things happen when you have to. We have beautiful kids at home as well. So let's talk a little bit about your beautiful gem, your beautiful VA. You got a virtual assistant from us. Is it like just over a month?
Yeah, I think about 6 weeks now, maybe. Yep.
Yeah. How's it going? Tell me everything.
Good. Yeah, good. So, I mean, at the start, it is a lot of, you know, teaching and showing the way that I like things, because the beauty about having a virtual assistant from you, I've actually had, Patty, could you open the door for the dog, please? I've also got the dog at home. So
you just got a dog. The dog is now Roger.
And
Roger
the dog needs to go outside.
Hey, Patty, good to see you.
So I've had a virtual assistant before, and I mean, with any staff that come into your business, you need to take the time to show them your business, your expectations, your, you know, values, your way of being. So that's like, there's no difference there. It's the same with any employee that you're bringing into your business. But I think one of the amazing things with your VAs is that they have a training library that you give them. They have examples of all of the other clients that, you know, so say like my VA, I might ask her to do something. She's got access to not only like her supervisors, but essentially like all of your VAs, like so that they can kind of, I guess, like all leverage off each other. So in the beginning, you know, it is a lot of kind of testing what your trainings are and how they fit into my business and how I want things and how my business runs and how, you know, we just kind of create SOPs as we go. And so now when we started, we were doing 1 week of content at a time, and now Jam's got 1 month of Instagram posts like ready for me to approve and go, because I don't like approving things all the time. I'm very hands off as much as I can. So we've just developed that, and it's now we're kind of up to adding more things onto the list, and we're not even halfway there yet. Like, I think we can leverage a lot more out of
So how is it having the VA change things for you? Because obviously, like, you like to have your own work schedule. You got kids 1 week, you got kids one, so you're like very busy that way. It's like, what is having a virtual assistant? What has changed? Has anything changed? Like, how?
Well, with that, one of the biggest things is making sure that your VA fits in with your schedule rather than the other way around. I think what I tried to do at the start was I tried to be like, I need to be a bit more, active, and I need to be online more so that I can have lots of meetings with my VA. Like, it just doesn't work for me. I can't. And so once I kind of realized, like, no, my VA has to fit into my business, then it's allowed me to and the way that I work is very much, I might be going from the school gate to my car and have an idea, and I'll put it in Slack and I'll say, oh, by the way, we're doing this. And then by the time I've driven home, it's done. So like I can have the idea, and it's very much like it allows me to have someone there to empty my brain and my ideas out, and then have someone there who's actually accountable for doing it. And sometimes, she'll need more information from me, and then we'll schedule a time to get that. But at least it's like out of my head.
And that's the process, right? Because then we have someone that can then follow up on that. They can, keep us accountable to like, we had that idea. I did this piece. Now I need this piece from you to make the next step. And it's someone that has experience, and they've worked with us, and they've been trained in all of that, which is super cool. Oh, there we go. See, and then we have internet issues here and there. Here we go. So yeah, it's been incredible to see you work with your virtual assistant, and I love to see how every client has different experience with the virtual assistants. Like, everybody's got a different story and something to share. So if you were to see anybody that is watching this and they're like, oh, I think I need a virtual assistant, but I'll do it later, I'm not ready right now, what would you say to them?
I mean, if you've already got that thought, then you're ready. I think the thought of I'll do it later is an indication that you probably need to do anything that you're thinking of within that now. You don't want to wait till you're in a world of pain and then try to, be teaching a VA while you're also like in the world of, full capacity. You need to bring a VA in when you're not at full capacity, if possible. And if you are at full capacity, then you do really have to have clear expectations around, well, I'm going to have to dedicate some time to train this person in the way that I expect things, because they're not mind readers. So if you've got a little bit of time and space and grace to give yourself and your VA, and you can allow a nice transition period, then when you are in the busy times, and we see this with eComm a lot, like we'll see, anything kind of post June, July, it's like August, September, October, November, December is just, and sometimes January a little bit, it's just crazy busy on months. And so we're doing a lot in that time. So for me, bringing a VA in the start of the year was actually really good, because I am a little bit quieter now. And so I can use that time to train and teach. And then when we're busy, she won't need me at all. And so I think, if people are thinking I need a VA, but I'll do it later, well, then that's your answer. If you're thinking I need a VA, well, then you do need a VA, and you should probably do it now. If you're thinking I'm not sure if a VA is right for my business or not, you just need to think, is there any activities in your business that you do more than once? And if the answer is yes to that, then you can get a VA to do that. And if there's things in your business that you're not doing that are trainable, then I would suggest because if you think about it, as the business owner, I can have a 1 hour call and I can charge anywhere from $250 to $500 an hour for that. You get a VA who's, I don't know, what's a VA worth? I don't even know.
I know, it's incredible, right? VA is like $15-16 an hour.
So if I'm doing those tasks, or if they're not getting done at all, so if I'm doing them, then I'm losing money because I could be paying someone else to do them for $16 an hour. If they're not happening, then the lost opportunity, like the opportunity cost, is huge. If you're not doing marketing because you don't have time, but someone else could be doing it for $16 an hour, the opportunity that is massive. Because imagine the clients that could be coming in, imagine all of the things that could be happening that you don't even know is a possibility, because one, you're not doing it, so how can you even have something to compare it to?
I totally love that. And the thing is, sometimes it's like, I ask the question of like, if I am doing a job, like, would I hire a CEO to do this job? Go for it.
Yeah.
It's like it's impossible. Like, I would never hire a CEO to go and spend 2 hours in Canva to make something pretty. Like, I would never do that. So I need to think about what are the tasks that I would hire a CEO for, and if I'm not doing those tasks, then I should just fire myself.
That's a good idea. That's a good analogy, because sometimes I do actually find myself in Canva sometimes. So I'll be doing stuff that I'll go, I'll just do this. Like, I still do that. I still catch myself. But I actually really like that thought of, would a CEO be doing this? No.
Yeah, it's so fascinating, right?
I'm going to use that.
Yeah, that's totally, it's so good, because it's like sometimes we think it's faster if we just do it, but long term it's never going to be fast, and that's not a task that is dedicated for the CEO to do. It's the task for an assistant or a marketing manager or an operational manager to do. So obviously at the beginning of our business we wear all these different hats, but as the business grow, we need to start to think about, this is not a role for me anymore. I need to have someone else doing it. And the more I don't know, like, what everybody's goal is for the business. And I'm going to ask you this question, actually, what's your goal? But I have changed throughout the years. Before, my goal was a money goal. Now my goal is same amount of money or even more and less time. If I can have the same goal, working less, that's what I want. So I know that sometimes people say, but I don't mind doing it. There was a friend of mine the other day that said, oh, tonight I've got to go and do some bookkeeping. And I was like, what? Why? Like, why? It's like, oh, but I actually like it, but it's not about liking it. Like, would you hire a CEO to do bookkeeping for your company? Like, you're better off resting for those 2 hours and be refreshed tomorrow. Even if you say that you enjoy, you're still working and you're still spending your brain space in something that is not really what you want a CEO to do. So, yeah, what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I love that. So it's interesting. Like, I tested, because I have a home office at the moment, but we're moving house, and so I tested driving to the office to see if it's worth me driving to an office, to have a better environment and things like that. And what I realized in that is, if I'm driving even for half an hour each way to an office, right? And then on the days where I'm working from home, or if I have a home office, I have full permission now to go and have an hour's nap, because I'm not driving.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the bookkeeping. I'm not doing those little things. So if I'm having a nap, that's actually better for me and the business. It's like such a mind shift, from what we're taught, and especially us, born and bred Aussies. If you were born in the country like I was, it's even, more. You got to work hard. You got to, working hard to make a living is, that's, what runs through our veins. And so it's such a mind shift to go, actually, you know what, it's going to be better for me to rest, to book in a photo shoot, to have my hair done, which it's not right now, but, ready to go for that photo shoot. And so then my VA is going to have this library of photos that she can use on 10,000 things. If I do a podcast and I'm tired, and she's going to leverage that everywhere, I'm better off actually just doing the the high value activities really well.
Very good one. Oh my gosh, Megan, you just hit the nail in the head there, because you just said high active value, what do you call it?
High value activities.
High value activities, right? So if you think about that, it's not about what I like to do. It's not about if I like to do bookkeeping at night. It's not about what I like to spend 2 hours in Canva. It's about what does the business need? The business need me as a CEO to show up where I am highly needed for the business to grow, for the business to stay the way it is, whatever it is your goal of the business. But yeah, I love that, because it's like
in our agency, right, we have what we call production work and asset work. And so asset work, or production work, is, getting into Canva, setting up, images, doing ads, all the things, production, like producing things. And so really, if I teach that, anyone can pretty much do that, because it's following a process, or you need, someone who's got enough skill to be able to do it. But I shouldn't be doing that. Then you've got the asset work, which is like the really high value activity work that is sometimes me sitting on a chair, or actually, you know what, it's best done if I'm sitting at the beach, because I get all these amazing ideas for that client and I go, oh my God, I've just got the next 12 months of work done because I just spent 1 hour sitting at the beach. And it's like, how does that work? But if you can do those high value activities that are actually high value for the business, not what we've been taught is our value, that's when the business explodes.
Oh my God, I just got goosebumps. I can't believe it's already half an hour. We need to wrap this up, but I am loving this conversation. If you guys love this conversation and you want more of Megan, you guys need to definitely say more in the chat, and we'll definitely make a way for Megan to come back, because I am really enjoying this conversation here. Maybe we should invite you in our podcast and do another one.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
I know.
Yeah, I'll get you on mine too. We can talk about all the things.
I know. See, I love our conversations. Thank you so much, Megan. Everybody go and follow Megan. If you have need any help, this is the opportunity to get on a call with her. I promise you, I am a client of Megan, and every time we do a call, I'm like, shut up. Like, she teaches so much. She helps me and my virtual assistant so much to understand so much more. So thank you, Megan. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you have enjoyed this podcast, then you're definitely going to love our Coaches 10K kit. I have created this specifically for you to show you how to get your first 10K. This is an incredible bundle that I created where you get unlimited access, like literally lifetime access to 2 of my main courses where I show you exactly how to get to your 10K a month. You're going to absolutely love this, but on top of this, there is also a sneak peek inside of my sold out business academy. 7 days where you get to really try out and watch all the things that you can and really get the gist of what we do inside of that sold out business academy. This is priceless. I am so excited to have you joining this. I mean, it's only $197 at the moment, so please make sure that you check the description and the show notes to see if this offer is still available. But you guys need to go and come and check it out. Check the description for the link and go and join our Coaches 10K kit. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.